जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Jai Radha Vrindavan Chandrodaya Vrindavan Chandrodaya Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandrodaya Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada
Jam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajikacarya Ashtottara Shatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder BBT founder Acharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishthiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 13. Ashtame Meru Devyam Tu Ashtame Meru Devyam Tu Nabhehe Jataha Urukramaha Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam Sarva Ashrama Namaskritam Sarvashrama Namaskritam Ashtame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणाम् सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. Word to word translation. Ashtame, the eighth of the incarnations. Meru Devyam tu, in the womb of Meru Devi, the wife of Nabhehe, King Nabhi, Jataha, took birth, Urukramaha, the all-powerful Lord, Darshayan, by showing, Vartma, the way, Dhiranam, of the perfect beings, Sarva, all, Ashrama, orders of life, Namaskritam, honored by. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Translation with repetition. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Purport. The society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders and statuses of life. The 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life retired life, and renounced life are the four statuses of cultural advancement towards the path of spiritual realization. Out of these, the renounced order of life or the order of sannyasa is considered the highest of all. And a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyasa order also, there are four stages of upliftment towards perfection. These stages are called Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Parivrajakacarya and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness. But such foolish men forget that temporary so-called happiness derived from sense pleasures is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird or beast is bereft of this sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasures are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the orders of sannyasa, and they can gradually rise to the status of paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage, he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum dinitaranam yat kripatamaham vande Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So today we are discussing the 13th shloka from the 3rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1. Canto 1 is titled as Creation, and this particular chapter is talking about different incarnations of Lord Shri Krishna and how Krishna is the source of all incarnations, which will be described later. So, in this today's shloka, we are discussing about the 8th incarnation of Lord Shri Krishna, and this 8th incarnation, Ashtame, is the son of King Nabhi and his wife Meru Devi. Nabher Meru Devyam tu Nabher Jata. He is the Jataha. He has taken birth from the womb of Meru Devi through King Nabhi. And he is Urukrama. He is the powerful Lord. He is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And the name here, Srila Prabhupada mentions this name, was King, the 8th incarnation was King Rishabha. He was named as Rishabha by his father, Nabhi, because his Jataka describes how great this personality will be and how he will be the best among the men. So that is why his name is given as Rishabha. He has been called as Rishabha Deva. Eventually, everybody started addressing him as Rishabha Deva. And all his activities are Urukrama. He is the most powerful personality. His activities are going to be amazing activities that he will perform during his lifetime. So this King Rishabha Deva, he is the 8th incarnation, Ashtame, and to specifically tell which Rishabha, it is mentioned that he is the son of King Nabhi and wife Meru Devi. Who is this 8th incarnation? He is the son of King Nabhi and wife Meru Devi. So that specific person. And what is he doing in this incarnation? In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection. Darshayan Vartma. He is showing the path of perfection, and that path of perfection is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses. Dhiranam. So all the dhiras, what path they follow, that path is the path of perfection, and that path is being showed to all of us by this incarnation, that is of Lord Rishabhadeva. And what is the another specific quality of these dhiras that is mentioned here is they are those people who are honored by all the orders of life. Whether it is brahmacharis, whether it is grihasthas, vanaprasthas, everybody honors these dhiras who are fully controlled in their senses, and while being fully controlled in their senses, they follow a certain path towards perfection. So that is the description of this shloka, that is the translation of this shloka today. The 8th incarnation, Ashtame, Meru Devyam tu Nabher Jataha, son of King Nabhi and his wife Meru Devi. And in this incarnation, he showed the path of perfection, Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses, and Sarva Ashrama Namaskritam, and those who are honored by all orders of life. So here Srila Prabhupada in his purport, he brings about certain very important aspects of the Vedic culture, Vedic life. And Prabhupada starts with how the society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 orders and statuses of life. The division of the society, which is based on the status and the order of the life, is what is the natural arrangement in the Vedic society for the human human life as such. And these 4 divisions are mentioned here as the divisions of occupation and divisions of cultural advancement. Very specific words, very nice words Prabhupada is using here. This is actually the wonderful contribution of Srila Prabhupada to the entire humanity, that he has given very contemporary understanding of all these Vedic texts If you go and try to read the translation of this particular shloka from any other sampradaya, you will not get this clarity, the purport and the translations. So Prabhupada is telling that these orders and statuses of life, what are they? They are the divisions of occupation and divisions of cultural advancement. So a Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya and Shudra is not by caste, not by birth, but it is the division based on occupation. What work some person has taken up for himself. It is based on that. And the four divisions of ashrama, the brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyasa, are for cultural advancement. Not to show off something, not to show off how much austere I am, or not to show off how much responsible I am, or not to show off how I am now renouncing everything gradually and then how I am renounced. It is not about showing off to the people. It is about advancing our own self. So that is about this cultural advancement. The culture, and what is that culture? That culture is about the spiritual advancement. Eventually Prabhupada talks about it. Out of yeah, so here it is mentioned. What is that point? The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. And that spiritual realization is actually the advancement that we are supposed to achieve in this life. So for that reason, to achieve that spiritual realization, these four ashramas are also given. The brahmachari, the grihastha, the vanaprastha and the sannyasa. And it is not that it is only to be one after the other. It is not that many times people say that grihastha ashrama is also necessary. As a human being, it is also necessary for our advancement. One has to be a grihastha. Not necessary. So it is a cultural advancement, but there are two ways of doing that. One is from brahmachari to direct sannyasa, or if somebody takes up to grihastha ashrama, then from brahmacharya to grihastha, grihastha to vanaprastha and then to sannyasa. So these are two ways given for attaining that advancement which is given for us. And then Prabhupada comes to how amongst these four statuses of cultural advancement, how sannyasa is the topmost status, topmost position, and amongst sannyasis how paramahamsas are the best in the class. And how everybody should respect paramahamsas is what Srila Prabhupada is telling here. This order of life is respected by all others. Even the other classes of sannyasis, the Kutichaka, Bahudaka, they all respect this particular class, this particular status, that is Paramahamsa status of sannyasa. And this Paramahamsa stage, as we all glorify Srila Prabhupada also, that he is Paramahamsa, Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya. So he is a Paramahamsa and he has attained the highest stage of sannyasa life, and that is how he also commanded the respect from all the statuses of society. As we see from Srila Prabhupada's life history also, if you would have read Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, you'll see that these Westerners, they also recognized Srila Prabhupada's that status, and they used to honor Srila Prabhupada for that status. They were immediately able to recognize that greatness of Srila Prabhupada by seeing him, by hearing him, and by seeing his activities, how he was such a gentle person in all his activities. So they were immediately getting attracted to those qualities of Srila Prabhupada, and they used to honor Srila Prabhupada. That is how all these Western devotees during those years of 1965 to 77 when Srila Prabhupada was here, and even today, how we all get swarmed towards Srila Prabhupada. We all get attracted towards Srila Prabhupada because of all his qualities. And that natural honor, respect, reverence for Srila Prabhupada comes in our minds. That is because he has attained that Paramahamsa stage which naturally draws that honor towards him. And then Prabhupada talks about Maharaj Rishabha and how he is an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya. So here in this chapter we are discussing about the different incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are total 24 incarnations discussed in this chapter, and then it is told how Krishna is the source of all these incarnations. So this chapter is actually in answer to one of the 6 questions which was raised by the sages of Naimisharanya. The sages had assembled in Naimisharanya to discuss and understand what is the way forward for the human society, specifically now that Lord Shri Krishna has left this material world and he is no more present in his form here in front of us. So what is it that all of the humanity is supposed to do? What is the biggest shreya that they can attain, and what is the process to attain that, how they can remain always happy? So that is their question. And in answer to that, they have been told in the second chapter, the answer to this particular question was given. Yeah, so what is the process that is supposed to be followed? So the answer to that question of the sages was, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. And Vasudeve bhagavati bhakti yoga prayojitaha janayatyashu vairagyam jnanam chayad ahetukam. So what is the process that everybody is supposed to follow in this time when Lord Shri Krishna is not personally present? That process is, or the topmost dharma is, that by which men can attain loving devotional service to the transcendental Lord. So the process to be followed is that process which will give us ultimate loving devotional service to the Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. And what should be the quality of that, the loving devotional service? It must be unmotivated, ahaituki, and apratihata. It must be uninterrupted. So here it is told that now in this particular age when Lord Shri Krishna is not personally here with us, the process to be followed is loving devotional service to Lord Shri Krishna. And that love also not simple ordinary love. It is an unmotivated and uninterrupted love. That means the love to the topmost level. And then what is said in the next shloka? What is the specific quality of this bhakti, the devotional service? It immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. And what it will result into? The immediate effect will be, there will be renunciation, there will be vairagya which will come. Janayati ashu vairagyam, ashu, very soon, very fast, very quickly, there will be vairagya, and jnanam chayad ahaitukam. And there will be causeless knowledge which a devotee will acquire about the Supreme Lord, about himself, about this world. So all that knowledge will be acquired. But then what is it? The process itself is what? That we have to love the Lord. And in that love for the Lord, we should render devotional service to the Lord. That is the process which will make us happy. So many times we have heard, or we have seen in the movies, that when people are in love with each other, they ask, the boy or the girl will ask the other partner, what is it, that quality in mine which you fell in love with? What is it that you like in me the most? Many times there is a question like that. Especially when there are people in love with each other, they'll ask that question. Initially, during those rosy, lovey-dovey days of the love, there will be some qualities which they will explain. Many times it will be like, I love your nature, so good-natured you are. Or I love the way you treat people. I love the way you are always helping to people, or I love your beauty. So some such things we mention. We hear mentioning people. And then what happens after some years, we realize that all those qualities or all those things which initially we were attracted to, and they are no more attractive, because apart from those qualities, there are so many other qualities which are creating problem. So many problematic qualities. So we come to our senses, and then we realize that no, that was at times they will realize there was a mistake that we did. I got attracted to some quality which is just a simple quality. There are so many other bad qualities which are not acceptable to me, and that is how people think of separating, isn't it? So people, they fall in love because of some qualities that they get attracted to. Very natural that is. So if we are supposed to fall in love with the Lord, we have to get attracted to His qualities. Only then we will be able to fall in love with Him. We will be able to understand. So every person has something he is attracted to, isn't it? And when we find that particular quality in some person, we will feel, oh, maybe I should be with this person. I am getting attracted to him or her, isn't it? And then we realize that no, these qualities are not the actual qualities in this person. This was just some show which was on the top. Actual qualities are different. And then our love fades. But here, if we have to attain that devotional, loving devotional service to the Lord, and it should be unmotivated and uninterrupted, then we should really know what are the qualities of the Lord. Only then I will get attracted to those qualities and I will fall in love with Him. And for that reason, I must hear about Him. Correct? And that is why amongst those questions from the sages, they have asked, what is this process? How to attain that process? And then what are His different incarnations? Why did He appear in the womb of Devaki? What are His specific activities? So please tell us. So these are the things that need to be heard about the Lord, by which we will get attracted to Him, His qualities, His activities, and then we will fall in love with Him. And once we are in love with Him, we will start rendering the devotional service to the Lord. That is why in this chapter, if we are hearing these few shlokas, since last now 8 shlokas, it has been described about 8 different incarnations. Correct? So today's is the 8th incarnation which is being described, and he has performed some wonderful activities. He is Urukrama, he is Rishabha, and what is he showing us? He is showing us the path towards perfection. That path which has been followed by the people who are controlled in their senses, dhiras, and they are honored by all the classes of the society. Sarva ashrama namaskritam. So such people, what path they follow towards perfection, that path Rishabhadeva came to show us. So this is one of the qualities of the Lord. This is one of the activity. He has come to show us the path which is the path towards perfection. That is His greatness. And it is not some path which He has concocted out of His own mind. It is the path which has been followed by many, many people, and they have reached towards their perfection. So it is a point to get attracted towards the Lord. Oh, He is showing me something which is actually beneficial for me. Recently we were in one place, we had gone for some temple purchase related work, and we spoke to one person there, and we asked him that we are looking for this particular product, and do you have that, and how can you help us in getting that, and all those things. Then he told me, see, I can actually sell you this product. I have it in my list of products. But then, because your cause is such a very nice cause, you are constructing one world's tallest temple, and it is going to help the society in general, I would suggest you don't take it from me. You go to particular this place, and in this place you'll find these few names and addresses he gave us. You go to these people, you'll find the best quality and very good rates, and you take it from there. You don't take it from me, because my rates and this thing is at a different level. So I would suggest you go there. That will give you the best quality and the best rates. And we felt that this person is so nice, that he's so careful towards us, he's so considerate towards us, he's so helping. He could have easily sold us his product. He could have made business out of it. But he's concerned about our purpose and our cause, and then he's helping us towards it. So immediately we felt that person to be very friendly, and we gave him some prasadam, some gifts, and we thought that he's a very good person. And we became very good friends, and for a few days now we are connected, and we keep exchanging pleasantries and all those things regularly. So like this, when somebody helps us, when somebody thinks of something better for us, we get attracted to him. We want to build a relationship with that person. We want to continue that relationship. Now whenever I go to that city for again, even though I don't have business with him, but I will ensure that I meet that person, because he has been so good to me. He has shown me some very good path towards whatever objective I had. Similarly, Rishabhdeva has come to show us the path towards perfection, and hence he becomes attractive to us. So this quality of the Lord, that he shows us the path towards perfection, is a quality which will attract us towards him. This is one of the natures of the Lord, that whatever path he shows you, that path will be the path of perfection for you specifically. And hence I should fall in love with the Lord. That is one of the reasons that I should fall in love with the Lord. I remember one devotee asking me at one point of time, why you thought of becoming disciple of Srila Prabhupada? Why you thought of joining ISKCON? And the first answer came to my mind was, the immediate answer that came to my mind was, actually he has shown me the path which has not been shown by anybody else, not even my parents. They also could not show me the path, that path which he has shown. Neither, I read so many books, so many versions of spiritual books, but none of them showed me the path which he showed me. None of them gave the clarity, the understanding of this world, of God and everything, the way he has given. And that is what made me attracted towards him, because he showed me the path. So that made me fall in love with Srila Prabhupada, get attracted towards Srila Prabhupada, and eventually surrender unto Srila Prabhupada. So like this, different qualities, different activities of the Lord are described in this chapter and in Srimad Bhagavatam, which help us to fall in love with him. In the previous shloka, if we see, the 12th shloka, the 7th incarnation was Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. He controlled the period during the change of Swayambhuva Manu and was assisted by demigods such as his son Yama. Okay. So, what is it that the administrative posts occupied by demigods for maintaining the regulations of the material world are offered to the highly elevated pious beings. When there is scarcity of such pious living beings, the Lord himself incarnates as Brahma, Prajapati, Indra, etc. and takes up the charge. During the period of Swayambhuva Manu, there was no suitable living being who could occupy the post of Indra, the king of Indraloka planet. The Lord himself at that time became Indra, assisted by his own sons like Yama and other demigods. So, many times we see that in office, suppose, if there is some work that has not happened, it is not happening, or that person who is supposed to do that work is not present, either the work will remain pending, or the boss has to himself come and take up that work. Now when the boss takes up that work, the work may be of a very low level for the boss to do, but then he will do it for the sake of completing that particular task or that business activity as such. But many a times we see that out of ego, people will not be ready to do such tasks. They will think that these are menial tasks. Why, I should not be doing that. But the Lord, He never thinks like this. Whatever role is required to be played in the maintenance of this entire creation, the Lord is ready to take at the flick of the finger. Just like that, He will be ready to take it. To take up the post of Indra, or to take up the post of any other Devi, Devata, or even to take up the post of a chariot driver for His devotee, Lord does not hesitate. He does not hesitate even a bit. Right? He is always ready to take up any position, any service for His dearmost living entities who have separated from Him. And if His presence there, if His appearance there is helping them to progress towards Him, to come back towards Him, He will be ready to do anything. That is His wonderful quality which we should fall in love with. He is ready to do anything for us. We find some such friends in our life and we feel that, oh, this friend, I should never leave him. Whatever difficulty I am, he is always there for me. Isn't it? कितनी भी मुश्किलें आए, ये मेरे साथ रहेगा. This person will be with me. He will be behind me as my support. And then we fall in love with him. We have deep friendship with him. So this is the nature of the Lord. He will be ready to take up whatever position, whatever work, task, subordinate position for the sake of the devotee to progress, to help him to progress towards the ultimate objective of his life. That is the nature of the Lord. In the sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation, and he spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahalada, Yadu and Hayahaya, etc. So Lord has come and given this philosophy of the spirit soul, and he has expounded this philosophy of the spirit soul. So Lord is giving the spiritual ultimate understanding in the sixth incarnation. In the fifth incarnation, Kapilo Nama Siddhesha Kala Vipluttama Provacha Suraye Sankhya Tattva Grama Viniranayam. So when he came as the fifth incarnation as Lord Kapila, he gave the philosophical understanding about the elements, about the metaphysics, about the creation, everything. So he is not only doing some leela of dancing around, or he is not only doing some leela of bossing around or anything. He is also giving the philosophical understanding, the real knowledge understanding behind the entire creation. Very scientific understanding about the creation. That also he is talking about. He is not the person who will sentimentally guide you. He is the person who will philosophically, logically, properly he will guide you towards the path of perfection. Okay. So that is one of the qualities of the Lord which we can fall in love with. And then there is Turiye, that means the fourth incarnation. The Lord became Naranarayana and he undertook severe and exemplary penances to control the senses. The Lord, to set an example for us that how important it is to control our senses, how important it is to take up austerities, he himself came and took up those austerities. Just to help us with it. He is not only directing from behind, no, you do this, you do that, and he is enjoying. He is also himself setting an example by doing it. Such a great personality. He need not do it as such. These austerities and all not meant for him, not required for him. But for our sake, to set us a right example, to help us what are the proper austerities to be done, he comes in the form of Naranarayana and he sets an example for us. He comes in the third incarnation as the Narada. Here it is described. The third description is about Narada. How he comes and he goes all around the world, all around the creation, describing or helping people to understand the real goal of life, what they should take up, how they should take it up, helping them, guiding them at every step of that progress. That is the role that Lord takes up in the form of Narada. And he keeps on wandering everywhere. wherever he finds a soul who is ready, he will immediately give all the understanding to that jiva and he will help him to progress faster. That is the incarnation of Lord Narada. Then he says, Dvitiyam tu bhavayasya rasatala gatam mahim. To what extent the Lord can go for his devotee or for maintaining the order of this creation which he has made for all his beloved living beings. He goes even up to the rasatala gatam mahim. Even up to the dirtiest regions he will go and do it. If somebody is ready to do such a work for us, how much we will fall in affection with him. Why we love our parents so much? They have done all the dirty work to raise us. They have cleared our stool, they have cleared our vomit, all those things very lovingly they have done. Nobody else will do that for any other child. Only the mother can have that love, and that is why the child is so much in love with the mother. Because the mother is ready to do whatever the abominable thing the child will do, mother will be ready to help the child out of it. She will personally get into that dirt and clear that child out of it. That is the love that Lord expresses towards his devotees. He took a form which is such an abominable form in this material world. Shukara Rupa. The boar incarnation. The boar is the most despised animal in one sense in the urban areas and in the civilized society. But Lord is taking that kind of a role also, that kind of a form also, for the sake of all the living beings. That is his greatness, isn't it? And then, Saeva Pratham Devam Kaumaram Samashritaha Chachara Dushcharam Brahma Brahmacharyam Akhanditam. He also took up the role of celibacy, Brahmacharya, so that all the human beings will be trained, they will take up that inspiration and they will train themselves in the celibacy in their formative years of life. The early years of life, they will practice Brahmacharya. They will understand what is the importance of sense control, and when with that particular training and understanding they enter into Grihastha Ashrama, they will be very well situated there. So Lord personally came and set that example of Brahmacharya, how Brahmacharya should be practiced. Otherwise he is supposed to enjoy anything and everything in this world. Everything is meant for his enjoyment. But he sacrificed that and he practiced celibacy for the sake of the jivas. So anything and everything that can help the jivas in this world to progress towards the Lord is ready to do it and whatever it may be, Lord is ready to do it for us. That is the amount of love that he showers towards us. Those are the wonderful qualities of the Lord that he's showing in all these incarnations when he comes here. And Srimad Bhagavatam is trying to tell us about all those wonderful qualities of the Lord towards which we should get attracted to. And this is the chapter. There are 24 incarnations which are described here in this chapter, which tell us about those wonderful, amazing qualities of the Lord, which when we hear, we will get attracted. This is just a glimpse. All the details of these incarnations are described in the rest of the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Like Lord Rishabhadeva, how wonderful that incarnation of Lord was is described in the 5th canto. There are 3-4 chapters dedicated to Lord Rishabhadeva. His appearance, his activities, how he propagated the knowledge, the understanding of spirituality. Everything there is a detailed description. But if a devotee is ready to get convinced with this much, oh, this was Lord Rishabha, oh, he gave the path towards perfection, such a wonderful personality. Who otherwise will be able to show me the path towards perfection? And I should get attracted to such a Lord, I should fall in love with him and I should render devotional service towards him. So for the sake of directing us towards this Lord, this entire Srimad Bhagavatam has been spoken. So that we will get attracted towards the Lord, we will hear about him, we will fall in love with him, we will decide to render devotional service unto him, we will take that devotional service gradually to the topmost quality of devotional service, and eventually when we advance like that, we will fall in love with him, and then that will be the actual beneficial thing for us. That will be the ultimate Shreya for us. So that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is directing us through these chapters, through all these texts. There is another important thing which is brought about by Srila Prabhupada here, that is about tapasya. Rishabhadeva's main teaching was about following tapasya. He talks about putrakayena shuddheta sattvam. The reason, what is the tapasya meant for? Tapasya in this material world is for everybody. Everybody is doing tapasya. In everything there is tapasya in this material world. So that same tapasya anyways we have to go through, whether we are working for our own senses, or whether we are working for some higher cause, some social cause, or whether we are working for the highest cause, that is the Lord's devotional service. Everybody has to take tapasya. And if tapasya is inevitable, if I have to take tapasya, why not take up tapasya for the ultimate thing? Why not to take up the ultimate tapasya instead of taking tapasya for some petty things, which anyways will come into our life? Like happiness and distress, we take so much tapasya for happiness, but nobody takes tapasya for distress. Nobody takes up tapasya for distress. Nobody decides that today I will do some such thing because of which there will be a lot of trouble for me. Morning till evening I will work hard so that I will be in distress. Nobody thinks like that. But distress is always there. People try to work for happiness. They work hard, they take up tapasya for happiness. But seldom they get happiness. So whatever amount of distress and happiness is supposed to come to one's life, it will come by default. You cannot escape it, neither the happiness nor the distress. But we are continuously taking tapasya to avoid one and to gain other. And we are taking up tapasya for something which actually we cannot do anything with. Unnecessary tapasya. It is useless tapasya that we are taking up. So what tapasya needs to be taken up? The tapasya that needs to be taken up is tapasya towards shuddheta sattvam. That which will purify our existence. Oh, that tapasya I should take up, which will purify my existence. That means I should take up tapasya towards purifying the water, purifying the food, purifying the air, purifying the educational system, purifying the economic system, so that I will be able to live a pure life. We hear about Western countries so much. Oh, air is so pure, so nice air they have there, pollution free, isn't it? They have so nice systems. In India there is so much chaos everywhere. On the roads there is continuous honking of horns, people not following traffic rules, so many problems. There is so much water pollution, air pollution. You go to Western countries, everything is so nice. Even if you open the water in the toilet, there also you can keep glass and drink that water. That water is so pure. In our bathrooms generally we don't drink the water, no? We only drink the water which is from the RO or something. In Western countries they can even drink from their wash basin which is there in the toilet. That wash basin also they can directly drink the water, because everywhere there is purified water given to them. So when we hear such statuses of life where the existence is very pure and nice, we think this is what we should take tapasya for. I should go to America and settle down there. Why? Pure life, pure existence, shuddheta sattvam. My existence will be pure there. Pure water, pure food, nice facilities, shanti, very good, peaceful environment, everything nice. This is what I should work hard for. What is there in India? Isn't it? We think I am not having much money with my family. I should have more money so that I will be able to live a nice life. That will be Shuddheta Sattvam. That will be purification of my existence. I should get up from all this base living. Living in a small house, living hand to mouth, or living on loans. These are all things I should live. I should live a very free, independent life. That is the purification of my existence. Coming out of poverty is the purification of existence, people think. We hear so many stories that how a person was very, very poor, from poor background, and how he achieved greatness, maybe in business or education or wherever, and how he uplifted his entire family from poverty. And we think this is how we should purify our life. But this is not about purification of life. This is not pure life. This life, even animals lead in forest. Very peaceful. Pristine drinking water. Food is unadulterated food. Correct? Forest में जाएंगे तो कहाँ फल वगैरह मिलेगा? It is natural fruit and flower. Wonderful fragrances, wonderful taste to the fruits. Stream, वहाँ पे नदी stream चलता रहेगा, fresh water you will get. Fresh grass, fresh trees. Even for meat eaters there is fresh food, animal food which is available. Tiger can freshly kill and eat fresh meat. Everything fresh, nice, unadulterated. It is available for animals also. Animals are leading that life. If you see on National Geographic or anything, if they try to find out a tiger, very easily they will be able to trace out where that tiger is right now. Because they know that every day the tiger traverses just this path only. Morning he will get up, he stays in this place. Morning he gets up, morning time पे यहाँ जाता है, पानी पीने के लिए वहाँ जाता है, वहाँ से घूम के अपना एरिया में ऐसे घूम के इधर आता है. And that person who is taking you around that zoo or maybe that forest area or anything, he will be able to stop at a place and he will tell, at this time, this family of tiger will pass from here. And when they are passing, nobody else will come. At the place where the water is there in the forest, when tiger is drinking, others will be drinking on the other side. When a particular big animal comes to drink water, smaller animals will be on the side. There is a natural rule and very proper regulation they follow. Nobody crisscrosses anybody unnecessarily. So in human society, to achieve that our traffic is very systematic. We stop at the signals. We don't unnecessarily press horns. Horn नहीं बजाते हम लोग. No. We only cross when there is signal. These all things are good. But this is not the ultimate existence, the pure existence of humans. Animals also do that in forest. Nobody crisscrosses anybody unnecessarily. Everybody has their schedule, everybody follows their routine, everything is done very nicely. So in human society, if we reach to that level, that does not mean that our life is a pure life or pure existence. The purity of existence comes from purifying the consciousness, not the status of life, not the economic status, not the social status. The purity of existence comes from purifying the consciousness of a person. And for purifying that consciousness, we need to understand who we are, who is the Lord, what is the purpose of life, what is my nature, what is the greatness of this Lord, what is His contribution in my life, what am I supposed to do in this life, what is it that I am supposed to achieve in this life. That will help us to improve our consciousness, rise up to those levels, and then we will actually be able to purify our existence. And for that sake, there is a process given by a spiritual master, our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, who through the entire parampara, he has brought this knowledge to us, this process to us, to how we can easily purify our existence, Shuddheta Sattvam, and how we should take that minimum tapasya which is required for that. That tapasya is about chanting the holy names of the Lord, practicing the regulative principles, hearing about the Lord, serving the Lord, engaging in His service. That's all that we need to do as tapasya. Not that tapasya for doing so much hard work for material upliftment. That is not tapasya which is required. Useless tapasya that is. The tapasya, the real effort that we need to put, if at all we need to put effort anywhere in our life, we need to put that effort in our spiritual upliftment, not in material upliftment. That is not going to help us in any ways. So that is what is the real tapasya that we need to take up. And by taking up that tapasya, we will be able to easily understand what is the path for perfection and how to follow that path for perfection, and how easily we can achieve that status of perfection of human life by practicing all these principles that are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and that ways we will be able to make our life perfect. So these were some of the points in this which I wanted to mention in this through this shloka. So if any of you have anything to add or any questions, we can take up maybe, or else. Yes, Prabhu. Hey, everywhere now, in the next, this thing, you will be finding that. Creation details are described later also, in the second and the third canto. Yes, yes, second and the third canto. But the title given here is creation. Isn't it? So like that. The first canto is titled as creation. How it all started, that is what is spoken here. The details are given later. Details come later. Yeah. Yes, Rajesh. Sankhya philosophy is the understanding or dissection of the elements and its connection with the Supreme Lord. That is what is the actual Sankhya. Sankhya is how this creation is, what are the elements of this creation, and how it is all connected with the Supreme Lord. That is this real Sankhya. Metaphysics. Yeah. That is the Sankhya. The understanding of the elements, but in connection with the Lord. There is another Sankhya also, which is atheistic Sankhya. There the connection with the Lord is not considered. It is just the analysis of the elements. So that is not what is the actual Lord Kapila's Sankhya. That Sankhya is atheistic Sankhya. Whereas the real Sankhya is the analysis of the elements of the nature of the creation and how it is connected with the Supreme Lord. That is the real Sankhya. Sankhya Yoga it is called. Yoga means the connection with the Supreme Lord. Okay? So, we'll stop here. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.